Hello?
I have an idea for your next masterpiece.
I'm listening.
It's set in a place people think they know. A place where everything is safe, controlled, predictable. But underneath, something else entirely. A hidden world.
And where exactly is this place?
Disneyland.
Hitchcock didn't know it yet, but this idea would lead him straight into one of the strangest feuds in Hollywood history. A feud between two giants. A feud that would kill his film before it even began. It's the summer of 1960. The air is thick with the scent of popcorn, cigarette smoke, and the hum of 1,000 conversations about the next Hitchcock movie. At this time, Alfred Hitchcock is preparing for the release of his upcoming movie, a film that would change cinema.
Psycho.
But there was an issue: the movie theaters. Before this, cinemas operated like theme parks. You could walk in anytime, watch from the middle, and stick around until the film looped back. But with Hitchcock's film, that system had a fatal flaw. If you walked in halfway through Psycho, you'd ruin the twist. The biggest star in the movie, Janet Leigh, dies just 40 minutes in. And that wasn't just a shocking moment, it was a game-changing one. So, Hitchcock did something unheard of. He forced theaters to adopt strict show times. No late entries, no spoilers, no exceptions.
Had pre-sold. We won't allow you to cheat yourself. You must see Psycho from the beginning to end to enjoy it fully.
Theater owners were worried about this method, but they didn't want to be the only ones not showing the new Hitchcock movie, so they all closed their eyes and fell to the mercy of Hitchcock's genius. And the result? It worked. People showed up early, lines stretched around the block, Psycho became a cultural phenomenon, and in the process, it changed the way we watch movies. Hitchcock was at the top of the world. Everyone was waiting on what he would do next. Hitchcock knew the success he had with Psycho. He knew he had to top it off with something better, something bigger. He explored ideas: a pilot trap with a bomb in Village of the Stars, a psychological thriller about a vanished wife and trapped for a solitary man. But none of them had the magic he was looking for. He didn't know what to do anymore. His mind fell blank. Enter Ernest Lemon. Having recently just worked with Hitchcock on his critically and commercially successful North by Northwest, Lemon was looking for his next project as well. Like Hitchcock, his mind was suffering from a block. As a result, he decided to cool down a bit and decided to check out this new amusement park that had opened a few years back.
Walt Disney presents
Welcome to Disneyland.
Ernest walked through Disneyland, California, filled with families. He rode a few rides there, and by the time he was done, Ernest had found his next big idea.
I really think this could be big.
Come meet me.
Hitchcock was very interested. He loved this idea, and soon Lemon and Hitchcock began working on the story. They wrote the story, and it follows a blind jazz pianist named Jimmy Shearing, who regains his sight after an eye transplant, only to experience visions of a murder, the last thing that his donor saw. As he investigates, his doctor is killed, confirming that the murderer is still out there. On a trip to Disneyland with his family, Jimmy experiences a terrifying flashback during a staged gunfight gunfight, realizing that the killer is in the park. A frantic chase through Fantasyland leads to a final showdown on King Arthur's carousel. The killer escapes to the RMS Queen Mary, where Jimmy follows. In their final struggle, the murderer throws acid on Jimmy's eyes, blinding him again, but is captured. Jimmy is left as he began, blind but now at peace, having avenged his donor's death. The film was to star Jimmy Stewart and be composed by Bernard Herrmann. All was going good. But it all turned south. Hitchcock's next masterpiece was about to come to a screeching halt, all thanks to the trade newspapers. But to understand this, let's go back a little. It's the 1950s and Walt Disney is at the top of the industry. It's the time when everything Disney touched turns to gold. Almost all of his films were hitting critical and financial highs. During the 1950s, he made several classics like Peter Pan and Lady and the Tramp. He built an empire on family-friendly entertainment. He continuously preached Christian and parental values. All was going good. Cue 1960. Disney is working on his upcoming movie, 101 Dalmatians. But he keeps hearing about a new little film called Psycho, a film that has everyone going crazy. Everyone is lining up in long queues to experience this monumental moment. So Disney decided to check out the film himself. He bought a ticket, waited for the showtime, sat in his theater seat, and got ready to witness history. The only thing is, Walt Disney saw something very different in Psycho. Not a masterpiece, not a revolution. He saw something grotesque, something unworthy of Hollywood. He called it vile, repulsive, a film that had no business existing. And so, when Hitchcock set his sight on Disneyland for his next project, Disney got wind of it through the trades. He then took a decision that shocked even Hollywood insiders. He banned Hitchcock completely. No filming, no permits, no exceptions. Hitchcock was shocked. It all seemed as if the world came crashing down on him. He never expected a reaction like this. After being on top of his game for so long, he had everyone saying yes to him. But then comes Disney and refuses the only thing that could break his movie. Hitchcock and Lemon decided to rewrite their film. They tried to change the setting to a cruise instead of a Disneyland, but Hitchcock could not get the Disneyland image out of his mind. He knew that if he wanted to make the film, then it had to be in Disneyland. Hitchcock soon met with Disney and tried to suggest some changes in his script in exchange for a permit to shoot in Disneyland. But Disney wasn't having any of it. He didn't want his family-friendly utopia to be turned into something menacing. But right when Hitchcock was down, he got another blow. Jimmy Stewart decided to back out of the project due to scheduling conflicts. Now Hitchcock had to find a new actor and convince Disney to let him shoot in his premises. It was all so tense for him. But destiny played another joke on Hitchcock. Hitchcock's longtime collaborator and friend, Ernest Lemon, came to Hitchcock. He told him that he couldn't do the film anymore with him because he felt that his original vision wasn't present anymore in the movie. Hitchcock couldn't handle this. He called Lemon's action a betrayal and swore to never work with him ever again. With Disney, Stewart, and Lemon all out of this picture, Hitchcock decided to turn his interests towards other projects as well. He ended up making another classic instead of The Blind Man, called The Birds. But it does raise the question, what would have been the film like? This passion project for both Hitchcock and Lemon? Well, you can sort of experience it. In 2015, Mark Gatiss, the writer of Sherlock and Doctor Who, completed Lemon's original script, and it later got made into a BBC audio drama. And that was the story of the feud between two Hollywood giants, both trying to maintain their vision, one of family and the other of suspense. Thanks guys, I hope you really liked the video. If you guys could also like and share it to all your friends, again, that would be amazing. And please let me know if there's anything that you'd want me to do better.